or physically tired. You know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers. That's missing assignments, missing rebounds. This is our, 82nd game this year? You're starting to feel it a little bit?
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game. But anyway, injuries start to take a toll.
No, but we've done 87 2 games. Doesn't mean the team.
We've done a lot of games in our role here in the
right.
We
get 2 games a night, remember?
on the set.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying the injuries, they start to take a toll. Not just the big ones, the little ones. Type of injuries I hate are the freak injuries. One time, Ernie, I was walking with my shoes off, stubbed my toe.
That's called barefoot.
That's a freak injury. Stubbed my toe, was out for 6 weeks. So you got to get rest, eat well.
Well, if you kick a
ice
brick
those
wall,
knees,
that's not a...
And man up.
Yeah, maybe you should. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Barefoot.
At shooting guard, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 24, Monte Ellis. At the other guard position, at 6 foot 0 inches, number 5, Darren Collison. At small forward, standing 6 foot 8, number 9, Gordon Hayward. Starting at the other forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 32, Derek Favors. And in the middle, 6'11", from Kentucky, number 15, DeMarcus Cousins. The head coach of your home team is George Carl. Once again, your Sacramento Kings.
We are in Sacramento, California, home for the Kings in an interconference basketball game here. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it all hype, or will it be reality? We're about to find out, along with the fans in the stadium and the people watching at home.
And you can feel the excitement in here today, guys. I mean, anytime you add a player of his caliber, it is going to be a huge lift for your team.
And now, the New York Knicks starters. Calderon is out there with a flower. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot. Well, the main problem last year for the Kings, Greg, their defense. Just couldn't slow teams down on their end of the court, and it cost them.
Yeah, and listen, a lot of it had to do with the defensive problems overall. They were pretty much in the bottom 10 of every major defensive category, and dead last in blocks as well.
Now, here's Collison. Ellis kicks to Collison. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Collison's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Calderon with it. Passes it to Lopez. Can't hit. Great D that time from Favors. Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against Utah.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time on a nightly basis. But when it does, boy, does it feel good and look good.
2 on the clock. Collison, no good. And so here is New York. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, and a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard time beating anybody.
Where you thought they could get a win. But now they need to forget about it. It's in the past, let it go, and they've got to focus on the present and try to make a better run of it this time.
Now Calderon. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer, they didn't go. And Cousins comes over to help. Anthony against Favors. And that one's good, Anthony.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Collison. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
That's good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Knicks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. A follow the pass to Anthony. Here's Porzingis. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Kurt Rambis.
And of course, he said a big key for them will be trying to minimize Monte Ellis's impact offensively. He added, he's one of the best in the league at blowing by his defender and finishing at the rim. We've got to force him left, and then at the other end, make sure we go at him defensively and see that he expends some energy there as well. Kevin, defense not Ellis's strong suit seems like a smart plan.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Collison following the score by New York. Cousins with a screen on Calderon. Hayward kicks to Ellis. Back to Hayward. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Here's Favors, and the rebound goes to Lopez. New York leading by 3. To the left side wing. And a follow wide open. He shoots. Sinks the triple. Aflalo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. So for New York, their last game, a win against the Utah Jazz. Screen by Cousins. Left side Favors. Hayward goes in.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there. You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
And so here's Sacramento, following the score by New York. And here's Collison. He has 6. Takes the 3. Can't hit. And New York the other way now. Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it has done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks. And he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors.
Of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Hayward outside, doubled by Aflalo. Here's Ellis. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Ellis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Lopez a screen. To the right side. Some nice passing by New York here. Calderon for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Now here's Collison. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Favors against Lopez. Now here's Cousins. Tight defense on him. There's Ellis with the 3-ball by Ellis. The Knicks leading by 6. The feed to Afflalo. Almost, but it rolls out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Collison dishes to Cousins. Pass to Ellis. And Favors has it in the corner. Again, Sacramento.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. You know, Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Terrence Jones comes in for Derek Favors. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Mills in for Darren Collison.
And for Favors and his youth, he has made big strides. And in a few years' time could be one of the more dominant bigs in our league. And guys, with Favors, his development, you know, you forget, sometimes it takes big men a little longer to figure it out. I mean, he's certainly been putting it together here the last few seasons.
Ross is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And New York with a change here, too. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Screen by Jones. It's Allen on the wing. Sinks the three-pointer.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Here's Galloway. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. Dishes it to O'Quinn. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. And the Knicks lead by 5.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Feeds it to Mills. The dish to Jones. Shoots from the block, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
The Kings trail by 5. Here's Cauley-Stein, and that one is hammered home.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Here's Galloway. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. He feeds it to O'Quinn. To the paint, and the jam by Derek Williams.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Here's Cauley-Stein. The Knicks making the shot. 5 on the clock. And there's the pass to Mills. And it's off from three-point range. The Knicks leading by 5. Now Calderon. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
And with his quick break in play, let's take a look now and select from a group of point guards that have been killing it from three-point range over the last 10 games. You take a look at Calderon. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
He is so exceptional from long range that it forces the defense out and really opens things up for him, which makes it easier for him to set up his teammates.
Well, he's a prime example of why being a top-notch three-point shooter comes in handy for a point guard.
Now here's Jones. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And Mills kicks to Cauley-Stein. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player now and down the road as well.
1:57 left to play in the first quarter. Calderon passes to Williams. He dishes it to Serafin. Williams a screen. Jumper off the screen. Shot by Serafin. No good. Greg, with Cauley-Stein, his defense is the first thing that you notice. Very adept at shot blocking already. Does a lot of things, Clark, very well.
But, Kevin, I think it's his agility and the way he moves his feet defensively as a 7-footer. He literally can defend all 5 positions.
That's a great point. His perimeter defense, against smaller players, something to behold.
Outstanding.
Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
The Knicks missing between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
And the shot is good. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Kings shooting 47% here so far.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
4 on the clock. Allen kicks to Mills. Offline with his 3. Loss against Calderon. It's stolen by Jones. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And stolen by Williams. Calderon with it. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. He kicks it to Serafin. Oh, that's blocked. Just 3 to shoot, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Here is Calderon. Shot clock at 2. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here's Mills for 3. No good on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to finish with the defender in front of me.
2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backcourt. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Knicks, Anthony out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Galloway in at the 1. Now here's Ellis, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Ellis outside. Collison kicks to Cousins. And the powerful one-handed slam.
solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And so it's New York with it. The Kings getting the bucket. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Lopez, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Collison gets a wide open look, can't get it to go. And New York will come the other way. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
That's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
The Kings trail by 3. Screen by Cousins. Collison kicks to Cousins. Hayward outside. Launches a 3. Kept alive. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Galloway with the bucket.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now here's Collison. He's got 9. Kicks it to Cousins. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Galloway. There's the screen. Shot clock at 5. From 12 feet out. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Now, here's Ellis. His last outing with 20 points. And for 3, Collison. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul. New York leading by 5. Afflalo outside. Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Ellis. In the corner, Afflalo with it. Here's Lopez. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here's Ellis. The Knicks making the shot. Back to Collison. Clock at 6. Pass to Cousins. The 10-footer. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And it's the Knicks with the ball. They lead by 7. Anthony against Hayward. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Outside Collison. Cousins against Lopez. 5 on the clock. And for 3, Collison. Collison with another miss.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Passes it to Ellis. The feed to Hayward. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And, Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
Here is Collison after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Ellis kicks to Collison. This one for 3. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Knicks leading by 6. And the foul on Monte Ellis. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Anthony down low. Cousins is there. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Now here's Hayward. He's coming off a 22-point game against Utah.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
The Knicks have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Afflalo with it. Picked up by Ellis. Anthony against Hayward. Shot clock at 6. Fires from 18. Anthony can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Outside Collison. Screen by Ellis. Collison kicks to Cousins. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Williams, he's checked in for New York. Calderon comes in for Langston Galloway. Now Collison. After the missed 3 by Carmelo. Collison kicks to Hayward. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. And for Cousins, those 20, 20, 10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since the great Wilt Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And started, gotten harder.
And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft, but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
Anthony on the wing. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
The Kings making a switch here. Ross is checked in. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York.
And on the topic of Hayward hiring an agent, it was reported that the questionnaire was just the beginning and that prospective agents also went through quite a grilling. In addition to that, you talk about a thorough process. The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Sacramento again missing.
You know, back to Hayward, obviously his first NBA contract was subject to the rookie wage scale, but his second contract, 4-year max deal. So whatever the Haywards have done as far as agent vetting, it's paid off.
Here's Mills, following the basket by Derek Williams. And here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Calderon with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Calderon dishes to Afflalo. Back to Calderon. Clock at 4. The 15-footer, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Now here's Mills. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Calderon passes to Afflalo. Here's the screen. Seraphin kicks to O'Quinn. Knocks it loose. The open shot of Afflalo. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead up.
I tell you, there's no substitute for consistency, Greg. You know that. I know it. You can stay in control of the game. They'll stay in control of it if they simply stay good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession.
No good from Ross.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Out to the wing. Here's O'Quinn. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Now, here's Calderon. He has 5. O'Quinn can't hit.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
New York leading by 5.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
Now here's Allen. He had 13 points in the win against Utah. Jones dishes to Mills. Good on the three-point shot. Mills has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face. And for the Knicks last season, they actually shot decently on the road. They just didn't play any defense, and that's kind of what did them in.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's Jones. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Allen for 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
And Afflalo kicks to Calderon. Pass to O'Quinn. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. O'Quinn's got 8 points. And Sacramento has possession, trailing by 5. The 3 from Mills. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. New York ahead, up by 5. And a chance now to send you over. Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, what has been the focus for this team during the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. New York was looking great right away. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points on the heels of a few stops and some quality offensive possessions. They ended up leading by 6 at the end of the first quarter. Going through the second quarter, they started to look a bit fatigued, but played well enough to enjoy a 5-point cushion here at the half. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they're generating points in the paint, which I like to see. Too often teams fall in love with the three, and the defenses can key on that. You want to keep your offense up.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Well, Darren Collison has been getting it done. He has 12 points and 1 rebound.
And boy, he's doing it from long range. He's hitting inside the arc as well.
And that allows him to put real pressure on the defense by stretching it out to the three-point line, but also forcing them to have to respect him inside the arc as well.
We've got Hayward, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Favors. Then it's Ellis, and it's Collison in at the point guard position. That's the group for George Karl getting going here in the second half. Aflalo, that's good.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Collison, the pass to Ellis. Back to Collison. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. The turnaround Jay, and it's sent back by Lopez. And pushing it up, here's New York. Aflalo, that's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Favors with a screen on Aflalo. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. And not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
There's a screen. Collison kicks to Cousins. The kick out to Collison. Cousins against Lopez. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
The Kings trail by 12. The drive by Collison. Ellis in the post. He's guarded by Aflalo. Ellis can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Well, in terms of rebounding over the last 10 games, these are the rookies that have been head and shoulders above the rest. Well, you look at Porzingis, a terrific rebound, 5th overall.
Well, we've seen how ferocious he can be in the paint. He's not shy about trading elbows and bodying up for position.
Yeah, you see his confidence building game by game. I mean, he's been terrorizing the boards over the past couple of weeks.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Calderon dishes to Galloway. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Cousins. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. And Hayward with the stuff.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Galloway, the pass to Calderon. Here's Porzingis. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's Porzingis. He's got 11. Missed inside.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim. In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
The Knicks leading by 5. Lopez, a screen on Ellis. Out to the right wing. Here's Galloway. And just miss after miss right now. The Kings have gone 4-6 from the field since the start of the third. And Hayward gets it to go.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Dishes it to Calderon. And the dunk by Lopez.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Cousins, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. For DeMarcus Cousins, his numbers have been flat-out phenomenal. I mean, just incredible. Sometimes hidden by the lack of what's around him in Sacramento, especially, you know, Greg, when you compare last year's stats with other centers in the NBA.
Yeah, he's averaged nearly 5 points more per game than the next center. Top 3 in rebounding for all centers. This guy is the complete package down low.
Calderon kicks to Galloway. Anthony against Hayward. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
And Derek Favors with the slam.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And there's the pass to Porzingis. Here's Lopez. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
Hey, guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Tries again. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Knicks?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Lopez with the steal. Calderon against Favors. Calderon, that's good.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Timeout called by the Kings.